Start again. Good morning. Gary Glitter is with us now. Mr. Glitter, I understand that once upon a time, I've been doing my research and I've come up with a funny fact. I understand once upon a time you were a warm-up man for Ready, Steady, Go.
Yes.
I never knew that before.
Well, it's my one and only time that, using my mother's phrase, I had a proper job. Working.
Oh, that was a proper job?
It's supposed to be a proper job. I was working in television, for Rediffusion Television then it was, and Ready, Steady, Go. I think it was 1964, and it was during the time when the Beatles and the big northern invasion, so all singers down here, if you didn't speak like that whack, you know, you couldn't get a job. So fortunately, I'd met a few people, and they needed somebody who knew the scene around London to get the kids, to make them look a bit, you know, the trendy dancers and all that sort of thing, to implement the audience that were invited to the studio. And so I just had to get them all sort of wound up and got them dancing. And
what did you do?
All that sort of,
Can you do anything for us now?
Well, that's what I normally do, is shout at everybody, you know, come on. Hey, hey, you know, and all that sort of stuff.
Well, were you thought of as a pop star?
Good, wasn't
it nearly got us going.
Really, that was good.
Oh, you want me to do it now? Okay, I can get you going.
But I mean, were you seen as a pop star or as a studio
this?
man? Well, I'm never quite serious when I'm talked to.
No, I was a studio man. I mean, it started off like that. But, you know, it's amazing how an audience, as you know, when they come into a studio, you know, they're looking at everything and looking at the cameras and so on, and we were trying to get them to enjoy themselves as though they were in a club.
You must have been good, because in the end you became... Now, can I ask you about your little badge? What is it?
Oh, that's the SODS.
Oh, dear.
Silly question.
Society of Distinguished Songwriters.
Show it off again so we get a really good close-up of it.
And,
SODS.
Yes,
no,
SODS.
Society of Distinguished Songwriters.
Yes.
It's rather an unfortunate abbreviation, isn't it?
Well, it's what yeah, it is really, but it's a gang of songwriters, of people like Les Reed and you know, people who have written #1 songs, and they get together once a year to. Or rather 4 times a year, 3 times just with the boys to have a good old booze up, and then the 4th time we usually take over the Dorchester Hotel or somewhere like that and have a ladies' night, and it's just very good because you don't get to see them very often.
How very distinguished.
It's just as well there isn't one of those societies for weather persons, isn't it? Think about it.
Oh, yes, it is. Dear Lord, yes.
Of course, we still have Kelly and Gary. Are you politically minded at all? I know this fellow is a little bit.
Yes, yeah, I mean, I swing both ways, you know, from Labour to Conservative and vice versa. I think that, certainly I'm begging you while I'm here, get those kids back into work.
Right. Top job.
You know, they're losing all the confidence in the world, you know.
That's right.
They really must have work. They must have things to do, and they must have some money in their pockets.
That's right.
If you can do that, you're okay by me.
I tell you though, isn't a lot of it attitude? Because I know, Kelly, when you were offered your first part, you were discovered. You were waiting on tables, weren't you?
Well, sort of. My first part? You mean in Reuben Reuben?
Yes, I mean the first big part that brought you to...
Actually, I was studying acting at the Juilliard School, but I had met the man that was eventually to give me the job through waiting tables, yes.
Problems that Gary speaks of the loss of status, of the loss of independence, of the feeling of total insecurity that they have. I'm not being cotton-wooling, and I'm not being soppy about them. There really is a problem for this country, and an awful problem for the kids, because they don't get the chance even to wait the table.
Do you feel sorry, then, for the kids who are football hooligans, for the kids who...
No, I don't. I mean, I've stood next to them on the terraces, and, well, I won't go into details, but I don't have them acting like that around me. But I'm fairly strong, fairly fit, and I can take it. For older people or for kids, there's nothing they can do about these animals on the football terraces. That's nothing to do with the kind of kids that we are talking about.
That's right.
It's
you spend eight years, don't you, at school learning about what to do, you know, a job that you plan on doing, and then at the end of it, there's no job.
Well,
you know, so the system has got to change.
Starting the ball rolling with another scheme today, anyway, aren't you?
Yeah.
Good.
I'll let you get off there.
Schemes they've had enough of. The kids have had enough of schemes.
It always
jobs,
sounds so cotton-woolly.
training, education.
Record. What we have a snatch of.
A snatch, yes. It's called Love Comes, and It's very spring-like, even though the weather's not like that today. It's a spring-type record, I think.
A little birdie has just told me that it's not your new record, what we have a snatch of. This is your record. Where's the new record? Where
Here
did
it
you
is,
put it?
look, this is
Oh,
the
you
new
haven't
record.
got... I thought you was going to play it.
My information is not quite what it should be at the moment,
Oh.
but this is his new record. What we are going to play for you is a complete mystery to me, but
No,
it's
it's a
coming
it's a
up any
mystery
minute
to all
now.
of us.
It's a surprise. It's a
Oh,
special
good. I like a
surprise for you.
surprise.
Whatever it is, here it is.
For Gary Glitter.
Now I know what it was. It was a catchy little number, that one.
Yes, oh, well, that's what... I mean, that's one of the big favourites on tour, of course.
I was beginning to think I was going to talk fashion with you, because that's what it looked like, isn't it? A rundown of all your fashions.
Yeah,
Where have you
like-
hung them all, Gary?
Pardon?
Where have you hung them all? Would it be a wardrobe somewhere?
No, usually what happens, yes, I've got a great big travelling wardrobe that goes with us on tour. But at the end of the tour, we usually auction them or give them to charity or something like that.
The collector's
You know,
pieces,
and
really.
a lot of, in fact, what's great, because the fans turn up wearing them. And so, you know, I see lots of my clothes that go back for years.
And still, you see, and the audience is a sort of glitterati.
Well, yes, they do. The glitterati dress up, and I expect them all to dress even more as we're on tour now.
Well, go on, who makes them, though?
Lawrence Easton makes my clothes, and we sit there and plan it all out.
He sits there and sews on
you
all
know.
the sequins.
He sews them all, and I help him, you know, fix up bits and pieces.
You design them.
Yeah.
Why haven't we got a video?
Well, it's early yet. The record has only just come out. It was, in fact, I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it was 90 last week, and it could be 70 or 60 or 30
Got
or
a
whatever
rising
this week.
silver bullet in the
Rising.
charts, has
Yes,
it? One of
I
these
hope-
things that
Yeah,
tells you when it's going upwards.
yeah.
I wonder what Kelly's taste in music is. Do you know Gary?
No.
Before? No.
You should.
You do now. You won't forget, will you, really?
No, no,
What
I
is
certainly
your
won't.
taste in music? Because the drama school you went to is also a music school, isn't it?
Yes, I have a rather eclectic taste. I like everything, a little bit of everything. I'm now on a binge of listening to somewhat contemporary jazz. So I go out and I tend to buy all that kind of record for a while. And so it's very varied.
And you'll be very pleased to learn that a bit later on in the programme, just a few minutes' time, we've got our Keep Fit business. And you're very, very fit and healthy, and you don't drink or smoke or anything like that, do you?
Oh, well, I won't say anything.
You just stay out late
I
at
won't
night.
perjure myself.
She's not quite the Jane Fonda of the film world, I'm told, but I won't ask her any more about that. We'll take a short break.
There, Rusty.
It's
About 12
just
minutes past
after
9.
9.
Rusty is here in the kitchen with Gary Glitter. What are you going to cook, Rust?
Good morning, everybody. Here we are. I've
morning,
got
Rusty.
lovely Gary in the kitchen, and I've got a husky voice like Gary. I haven't been singing. Yes, I have. I sung. I've been in Burton-on-Trent. Hi to everybody in Burton-on-Trent.
Hi,
But
Burton.
Gary, hi, Burton-on-Trent.
Hi, Burton.
We had
Hi,
a
Burton.
lovely Sunday together, and Gary's coming up to Brom, you guys, so come up and see him at the Odeon.
On the 27th. yeah.
27th of May, so I'll be around. I'll come and see you as well.
Good.
Okay, so
Okay.
that's it. We've done that. Now I suppose I ought to cook for you.
Lovely spicy smells wafting this way.
It is. It's really
You
lovely.
haven't been taking into account the calories, have you?
No, I haven't.
You are naughty, you know. I've got
I
to keep my
found
weight down.
Look who's talking.
No, you look lovely and cuddly.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's nice. You
Okay.
see, Gary is a vegetarian, aren't you?
Yes.
So you eat lots of bananas. Has got lots of good things in it for you.
That's right.
And this recipe certainly has. It is barbecued banana. And there's rum in it as well at the end.
Why
So
were
it's
you
a-
looking at me when you mentioned drink?
You know, the whiskey, it's not whiskey, it's rum.
It's nothing to do with the Irish.
Nothing at all. This is such a lovely, easy recipe, and it's very important. I'm going to go into, if you want to ask me any question, please feel free to.
Okay.
It's very easy to do. What you need to do is, I have washed these bananas already, because this is going to be served from the skin. All you do is you cut the banana. We have 2 minutes, you folks. And you cut the bananas top and tail, and you slice it a little bit now, because when you've done them, it's going to get the skin gets that tight, and it makes it a little bit difficult for doing. Roughly 2 bananas for a serving for one person is about it. And you cut them like that, and you put them in the oven. Now, this is such a lovely, easy recipe after doing your concerts and going back home. It's something anyone could knock up
That's
quickly.
right. It's a good one too, especially on an open barbecue. Isn't
Exactly. So I've got some, I've put mine in the oven today.
Right.
And we've got some here. I also put some, why I want to show you. If you put it, if you put,
smells lovely.
if you put it, the softer bananas, you'll get that happen. Can you see me here?
The juice, yeah.
The juice will come out.
Yeah,
so
okay.
it's best to do the firm bananas, so you get them like that, nice and firm and brown. Now,
Sort of a bit like black pudding, Rusty, they look
yeah,
like.
they
that,
look
yeah?
like black pudding, but I can assure you they taste much nicer. I've got some there.
Oh, they're lovely.
And this
Lovely.
is what we're going to do. It's very easy. We simply put lemon juice on it.
Yeah.
We put a sprinkling of currants on them, like that. See? Brown sugar.
Brown sugar?
Yeah. And nutmeg. Oh,
Oops,
this is
daisy.
throws it everywhere. I thought I was being clever using this thing today. And you put it, look, it's easy to do it with your finger.
is.
Sprinkle it with that. And then the final thing you're going to
Oh,
put is
goody,
the
goody.
rum on here. And that is going to be lovely. And you finally decorate it with cream, like that. There you are, and it'll stand. There you are.
Oh, lovely.
And decorate it
Oh,
with
it
a
looks
little-
doty, Rusty.
Does it? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't
smashing.
know whether to eat it or wear it.
It can't compare with the beautiful costumes you've got. No way. So that's the finished product. Would you like to have a little taste?
I'd love a little
Oh, yes.
taste.
Okay.
Look at that.
It smells absolutely delicious. If
Do you want me to read out the recipe
Oh,
for you,
please
Rusty?
do, would you?
Okay, here's the
And
recipe.
if
Look,
you-
2 or 3 bananas, firm ones, not overripe. It was a doddle. We'll take a break as Gary Glitter enjoys Rusty's barbecue
Very
bananas.
Lovely.
Lovely.
Bye-bye. See you.
And it's energetic, I warn you at home. Have you got lots of energy? I've done him a special chorus of moves, which you're going to do over and over again. So if you get breathless, you can stop. But the ever-energetic Gary, I think we have to match that, don't we? Are you ready? Have you moved the plants and the tables? Let's hear it. We'll start off by shaking out, just in the manner of the music. I think we'll have to keep our elbows in to look cool. Now, here's the chorus. Punch 4 times right arm, then the left. And swing them. Feet apart and rock. That's it. Bring the right leg across. Up and up. Yes. Change. Up. Now we're going to jump down and up. Right down. Very lightly. Up. And we'll do some of his kicks. Woo! There's 3 lots of arms in the chorus. Up you go. 1. Swing the arms outside. Feet apart, swing the shoulders, the arms. 4 lots of punches up with the right hand. Stomp, as he does. Arms right. Feet apart. How's the old waist doing? Well, legs straight. Over to the right side. Reach down. Flatten the back towards me. And a wild applause for the music. And left side. Reach down with that left arm. Flatten the back. Remember the chorus. 4 lots of punches and just stomp. Up with your right arm. Arm side. Feet apart swing. It's just 3 lots of moves. Feet together, right arm. Hand swing. Hand sway. 3 moves with the feet, because he's always tapping his toes. Right foot in front, back, front, side. 1, 2, 3, and side. Push it. Up with the knees. Can you call up underneath them? Now you know how energetic he is.